Yo, it finally kicked in.
Must have had a little delay or something, so we're running.
It says you're live right now.
Okay, so here's the question. Hang on, I'm gonna turn my. Can you hear me on the YouTube?
Um,
Or what mic should I be using here, Kevin?
I
It should be
I
this.
can hear you.
You probably can hear your phone. How about now?
Yes, I can.
Is it loud and clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm hanging up. Hey, Nielsen, can you hear me? Nielsen. Schoolie, Nielsen. Give me a thumbs up if my sound quality is good. Can you hear me talking? Mike Nielsen?
Remember when he used to be?
You're lucky I'm on the World Wide Web, Nielsen. You're lucky I got millions, if not single, almost tens of followers. Otherwise, I'd be lighting you up right now. How's my sound? Are we good? Kevin Lamb, say something. See if you can hear him from that side.
Hey, yeah. Can you hear me from here, Nielsen? Check 1, 2.
All right, awesome. Thanks, man. unmute us, or are we
We
unmuted?
are unmuted.
All right,
Should be
welcome
good.
to the Plainview Elgin Millville Gymnasium, everybody. And got myself, Brian Brighton, on the microphone with Coach Kevin Lamb here. And it is senior night here in the Bulldogs in Plainview Elgin Millville. We got 6 seniors tonight. We got Cooper Hofschulte, Cale Marks, Alex Raymond, Garrett Olson, Cale Lamb, Derek Boyum, and then we have 2 statisticians, Tricia Miller and Addison Graves, and we'll be talking about them off and on as the night goes on. Looks like it's going to be the Bulldogs with Cale Lamb out taking the toss, facing off against the LaCrescent Lancers.
Yeah, the Lancers roll in with a pretty light lineup here. Not a lot of guys in their wrestling room, so this should be relatively quick, actually.
Yeah, I
With
think.
lots of forfeits.
Yeah, I think
we're going to have a hard time keeping up with the team score.
Right, I think Coach Marks was telling me that the Lancers, actually 2 of their better wrestlers tonight, are in spots where we have forfeits. So, unfortunately for those guys from LaCrescent, they're not going to get matches tonight either. So, all right.
The first JV mat started over here. We're trying out a new mic tonight, so you'll have to let us know if you can still hear us when the crowd starts screaming and the teammates start screaming for each other. This one might pick up a little bit more background noise. I don't know. It sure is a heck of a nice mic.
We'll find
Brought
out.
to you by Keegan Brighton.
Yeah, a little shout out to Keegan Brighton on his podcast crew. Well, there we got our first forfeit of the night. So,
You gotta pay attention here. We're gonna miss out. Isaac Walsh, Jr. having a great season.
13 pounds from Plainview Millville, winner by forfeit, Nolan Ford.
they must have a 20-pounder. Looks like Carson Raymond getting ready to suit up at a $120 here again. He usually weighs in at 13, but I think we're going to see him at 120 here.
Nolan Ford, and from Plainview Millville, Carson Raymond.
All right, so we're going to get Carson Raymond against, looks like Nolan Schreier from LaCrescent. And they're, I would venture to guess, if history is any teacher, we're going to see a double leg out of Carson Raymond here, and probably a pretty good one. All right, so we're circling back to the center here. There's a nice little shot by Carson. Trying to work that Kelly, control that elbow with his left hand. Oh, Carson got himself in a little bit of trouble here. Carson wrestling up again at 120. Not his natural weight. That's pretty tight. He's got that, I would call it some sort of almost a cow catcher there. That's pretty tight. He's in trouble. Oh, and there's your fall. Fischbacher with the slap of the mat. And we'll go to 126 pounds.
Nolan Schreier.
Nolan Schreier with the win for LaCrescent. I think Cooper Mack, I believe, looks like he's up 7-1 over on the JV mat.
126 pounds, winner by forfeit.
26. LaCrescent gets a forfeit. 32. Looks like we're maybe going to get a match at 32. Maybe 38.
Winner by forfeit from Plainview Millville, Keegan Brighton.
All right, we're going to see Cooper Hofschulte at 138 pounds. He's coming in with 81 career wins, 42 of which are by pin. Cooper got 149 career takedowns. He's sitting on that. He's a ranked wrestler this year, sitting on 24 wins against only 2 losses. Cooper has been a kind of a takedown machine this year. He's a 5-time letter winner. He was on Three Rivers Conference Championship teams in 2016, 2018, and 2019. Last 2 years, 18 and 19, he was a section place winner. Won a Mental Toughness Award and has also been an academic all-conference performer. LaCrescent alternating singles here. Fischbacher gives 2 points. Got an inside cradle here. Appears to be pretty tough. Schreier here trying to stud that up, unable to do so. Cooper up to his feet.
Yeah, Schreier's facing a name that I recall from LaCrescent. He's probably, we don't have grades on the program here tonight, but I would venture to guess that he might be a senior or junior. And he's been with their varsity program for quite a while as well. So Cooper has his work cut out for him right now.
Right, Cooper's still trying to work that escape, trailing 2-0. He's going to get his 1. Schreier just kind of lets him go. We'll see if that's a good idea or not. See if Cooper can get his own offense going. Cooper's got that wrist planted. I would guess he's going to try and spin around to a single leg of some kind there. We've had a 180-degree reversal of positions here. We got Schreier in the same position. That's going to finish up our first period. We're going to go back to the center of the mat, 2-1. Green takes down. Cooper takes down. He's going to try and tie it up here right away, I would assume. Schreier would prove to be a pretty good rider in the first period. We'll see if Cooper can get out quick here, if Schreier's going to make him work for it.
My niece from LaCrescent sent me a message that Joey is a junior, Joey Schreier, a junior from LaCrescent, and wrestling really well right now against one of PEM's best kids in the lineup.
Right. This likely our marquee matchup of the night tonight. I'm guessing, unless LaCrescent has a stud at 152, which they very possibly could. I didn't hear anything much scouting report-wise from Coach Marks today at lunch. He was a little busy getting his senior night stuff ready. Okay, working the edge of the mat. They're going to have to circle in here. Fischbacher's going to give him a call. Cooper trying to head up here. All right, we're going to go back to the center and try it again. This is one of those dual meets where you have so many forfeits that the dual meet itself is not really in question, but we really want to wrestle well. And that's all we're looking to do.
Yeah, and get good matchups for the kids. Get them an opportunity, experience, and chance to improve on the season. Looks like we got a little camera delay, but we should be back here, Coach Brighton. And while that happened, shortly after that, hopefully I had the camera back on, it looks like Cooper has ended up in a studded front cradle, got the takedown, and looking for more here.
These guys are almost like they're wrestling themselves. They've been exchanging the exact positions, both tie-up-wise, takedown-wise, everything. This is the exact move that Schreier was trying to get on Cooper earlier and was unable to. So Cooper's got Schreier in trouble here.
Short time left in this period, and Schreier doing a great job of fighting off his back, but Cooper is definitely coming out of here with some near fall points.
Right. So we're gonna probably go 7-2 here going to the third period. Yep, and that's what we're gonna get. Cooper builds a little bit of cushion here.
Schreier chooses a neutral here to start the third period, and it must be his best position. Try and climb back into this match and shorten this up a little bit, make it winnable at the end.
Cooper Hofschulte, very workmanlike performance here. He didn't really explode either off his feet or off the bottom in this match, but he's really just worked and scrapped and built a 5-point lead here.
Steady, steady, steady. Yeah, he's not super explosive. He is so strong and just wears guys down.
We're in that posted 2-on-1 again. We've seen that out of both these guys, and now we're to that underhook.
Perhaps Schreier's going to look for something upper body here. Cooper does smartly, stays down low.
Right, it almost looked like he was setting up that high flyer, trying to, because he let Cooper kind of have that leg, but Cooper wisely finishes it to the mat in a hurry. 2 points for Hofschulte. He moves it to 9-2. I would guess we might get a little bark out of Coach Marks here. The usual coaching motto of 1, not 2 here. Who do we got? JV wrestlers. That's Tony Robertson over there on the JV mat. Up to
Looks
down.
like it's tied
down
to.
3. Is
Is
he
it
down?
3-2? We got a terrible angle on that
I
clock.
got a bad angle and bad eyes. It's not a good combination. Cooper in deep on that single here. Let's see if he can convert it in here. Oh, there you go. There's your one. Now we're back on our feet. 20 seconds here. Schreier's going to have to try something ridiculous. And he's got as kind of a something. Cooper never really in any trouble. Probably looked a lot worse than it was. Cooper ends up in a Peterson here. He's going to get the takedown and some back points out of that Peterson. Not enough time to turn that into a pinning combination. Good show by Schreier against the state-ranked Cooper Hofschulte. Cooper Hofschulte on senior night wins 14-3. And we'll go to 45. And we're going to see another senior, Garrett Olson.
At 145 pounds, in my corpus from St. Louis, Garrett Olson.
Oh, Garrett Olson gets the forfeit. So we're going to have senior night representative captain for this duel, Cale Lamb at 152 against Xavier Colbert, looks like. You'd probably hear me better if I moved my paperwork under the microphone instead of turning my head away all the time. Cale Lamb, another one of those 6 seniors that the Bulldogs have in the lineup this season. And Cale comes in. He's been kind of a takedown machine of late. Cale comes in with 146 career takedowns, which I think, if I read correctly, is fairly high ranking in Bulldog land lore. Top 20 for sure, maybe even top 15. He's got 66 career wins with 23 pins. He's a 4-time letter winner on a couple of Three Rivers Conference Championship teams in 18 and 19. He's a section place winner in 19 and 20. All-conference honorable mention, academic all-conference twice, perfect attendance award. That probably tells us more about Cale than a lot of things. It's just that workman-like performance, very similar to Cooper. Speaking of workman-like, there's a pin for Lamb. In a $111.
You got that front cradle and studded it up, and that is a tough thing to come out of, no doubt about it.
Not the best color man in the league for nothing.
I will say this, color man in the league. Cale Lamb has had a lot of success this year, and a lot of that is due in part to you working with you, Coach Brighton, in the weight room, and just the way you engage those guys and engage them with their strength training. I
don't think you have to talk fast right now. I think we got the parade of forfeits here.
Just keep talking. Slow down.
Well, I'm just saying, we don't have anybody coming out. I think we're good. Oh, go back to your thoughts on Lamb there.
Well, it's not just Lamb, it's all of these guys. I know that this senior class really has been endearing to you, and you have taken them into the weight room and done all kinds of stuff with them, and it has improved their lifestyle. It has improved the quality of their life, and It's improved their athletic performance for sure. And as a football coach, I appreciate that. But as a dad, I appreciate it as well.
There you go.
Would like to wish their grandfather, Kevin Long, a very happy birthday.
Who was that? Had a birthday? I didn't quite catch that. Somebody's grandpa. Somebody's having a birthday out there in Bulldog Land. We didn't quite catch who it was. So I think as we clear the mats here, let's go to mute Coach Lamb for just a little bit here. They'll clear the mats, and I think they're gearing up for some senior night stuff, and we'll get the volume back on for that in a minute.
113 pounds, winner by forfeit from Lewiston, Ontario, Rushford Peterson, Tyler Krudemocker. At 120 pounds, from LaCrescent, Nolan Schreier, and from Lewiston, Ontario, Rushford Peterson, Jordan Zabrowski.
All right, so we're back at PEM Gymnasium, and we got a couple matches here. We got the LARP Screaming Eagles and the LaCrescent Lancers, and it looks like we're going to have Nolan Schreier for the Lancers and Jordan Zabrowski for the Screaming Eagles. I learned this lesson against Fillmore Central, Leesboro, Mabel Canton. We're going to go with Eagles, so I don't leave out any of the towns that deserve their recognition.
I don't know if saying LARP just covers it, so let's go Eagles. That's a good
Right,
idea.
yeah,
Lancers and Eagles.
Yeah, Lancers and Eagles. All right, so we got a little kind of a tell what he's got there, like kind of a half attempt at I don't know if he's trying to single or a fireman's, what he's doing there, but this is at I would venture to guess this is the younger brother, this Nolan Schreier, that 38-pounder that Cooper Hofschulte battled with in the last duel, same last name. Oh, got a little noise over there on the JV mat, a little ouchie of some kind.
And Zabrowski able to score a touchdown.
A touchdown!
It's like a touchdown, only it's a takedown in wrestling.
And it's 2 instead of
only worth
6.
2. Right, yes.
Trainer onto the JV mat.
Schreier with a quick switch attempt there. Start fresh back in the middle.
Oh,
and
Schreier got a problem. Zabrowski's got that handshake. That's going to be good night, Irene.
That is tight.
That handshake comes out, and that's good night. That's a goodbye handshake, not a good morning handshake. All right, so we get a few more.
I think we should have another
we
match
should have
here
a
at
match
126
at 26 here. Yeah, looks like we're going to see Josh Rubin, I would guess. Yep, Josh Rubin for the Lancers.
Josh Rubin, and for the Screaming Eagles, Carter Johnsgard.
Carter Johnsgard.
This is Rubin's first match of the night. He took a forfeit against PEM in the first round.
Right. Who was a kid 4 or 5 years ago for the Hawkeyes was a national champ that had a good looking mustache. What was his name? Do you remember who I'm talking about?
I do not.
Kind of.
Oh, wait a minute.
Kind of looked like Austin Rother. Johnsgard's got that good looking facial hair, kind of like that kid did. I can look him up.
And a pretty good double leg takedown there to boot. Rubin working hard here from the bottom. Schreier going to work on top, but he decides to let him up and go back to takedowns. Another nice double leg.
Mike Evans is the name we're looking for.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is the name
Hawkeye.
former Hawkeye with a very impressive upper lip decoration, a.k.a. mustache. I think we should start calling it a mustache because that'll help us remember how to spell it.
That's a good idea. It would gain a lot of value, I think, if it sounded a little more foreign too.
Right, kind of like in Australia when they say schedule.
Seacout's receiving a forfeit at 138.
38 pounds. Joey Schreier from LaCrescent and Wyatt Lamb from Lewiston, Ontario, Rushford Peterson.
New to the program. Maybe not the wrestling program, but I'm not seeing him on our program. Oh, there he is.
Is this the guy, Wyatt?
Yep.
Lamb?
Yep. Because T-Coats, I think, is their normal guy here, but he must have weighed in at 32, took a forfeit at 32. And then we got Wyatt out here for the Screaming Eagles. gives up a quick takedown. He's going to get tilted here. This is Joey Schreier that went toe-to-toe with state-ranked Cooper Hofschulte in the first duel. So I think Wyatt might have his hands full here. Try to hit that switch. You got to clear that backside arm, otherwise it's going nowhere in a hurry. Kind of like
again.
this broadcast. Does it say on there how many people we got watching?
Yeah, it says 0. No, it should say on there. I don't know where it says. We got a lot of people watching. Nobody listening.
Oh, God. About the time I think I can say whatever I want, Bill Erkey will tune in. Oh, that was a good one. Pull up the... Oh, he's got that barred up. He's going to run ahead. Good lesson for these younger wrestlers on there on that bar. You want to put that inside hip on a mat and look away if you can. He's trying to fight it here. He just might not have enough horsepower in his motor.
That's turned into a tight pinning combination there.
Yeah, it did.
Short time though. We'll see here if Wyatt can fight it off.
And he does make it to the second period. $72 watching, it says on the
72.
YouTube.
Does it say how many people are listening?
I'm hoping 0.
I see no thumbs up for today, but there are no thumbs down either.
Yeah, that's a true story.
We're
I mean,
neutral.
we'll take that.
Switzerland.
Yeah, the announcers take neutral. 10-0 here in favor of Schreier. He's going to get a little...
Add 2 points to that 10 for
the
tilt.
Turk here. As an old school guy from wrestling in the 1900s, and I don't hear guys coaching this as much on that Turk, they need to get up on that outside arm and look away and drop that inside shoulder, and that helps get the points out of that Turk a little bit. There's your pinfall at 2 minutes and 58 seconds for Schreier.
Yeah, Schreier wrestling really well, it looks like, at this point in the season. Primed up for a section tournament to start next week.
Wrestled a really, really good match against Cooper Hofschulte. Ended up a little out of balance on the score. Had to try for a 5-point move at the end. Ended up giving up 5 instead. I would venture to guess here we'll see I wonder if it's Xavier or Xavier. Let's listen to Xavier. Public address announcer Paul Arswold says Xavier. Professor Xavier Arswold. No. Xavier Colbert. And was this Gable Speltz? Is that who this is? Or who'd they send out there?
Yes.
I heard him say Gable. Gable Speltz, a senior out of LARP. We've been hearing his name for a long time. This part of the country in the wrestling world. To go out of bounds, Gable's going to be up 2-0.
Looks like he's putting him back on his feet, wanting to go back for more takedowns.
Xavier running into a couple of buzzsaws tonight. He ran into young Cale Lamb in the first duel. Got pinned in that one, and now he's facing Gable Speltz. So he's got his hands full, I think.
It's never fun to be a less experienced wrestler out there against a high-quality senior. That makes for a rough night, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it does. There's a nice double leg by Speltz. Finishes away from the head, just like us 1900s guys like.
Yeah. Textbook.
There's another one. Oh.
This one might turn into near fall or more.
Looks
here.
like he's got the butcher locked up there. The barbed wire. go of that, and he's going to have to get chest to chest here to get that outside shoulder down. Referee Travis Ball taking a look.
Colbert doing his best there to fight off. He's got to punch an arm through.
And referee Ball slaps him mat. True or false? Travis Ball, Gopher legend in his own right from this building in Plainview.
I believe that to be true.
I believe that to be true as well. Travis Ball had a pretty good career here, if I remember correctly. As a Gopher, pre-consolidation, spent some time as the head coach in St. Charles, and now just continues to give back to the sport as a referee here. And I think now we will go to parade of forfeits. So I'm going to give a shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. We haven't done that yet. Shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation for helping finance all of this streaming equipment, providing opportunities for our kids, all of those things. Big thanks to them.
Yeah, they got a meeting coming up, and I hope that we can get back to having some of those fun auctions.
285 pounds, winner by forfeit, Brock Frisch.
We better go to mute before we get in trouble. Did you mute it already?
I did not mute it yet. I'm going to try and get some information on this next duel coming up, but I did catch wind that maybe they wouldn't start before 7 o'clock. So
yeah, we'll go to mute. If we get any information, we'll check back on and we'll let you know.
Maybe we'll even post it on the chat. Can we chat on this YouTube thing so people can see when the next one's coming up?
Mr. Maddie kindly turns the chat off usually so they can't say bad things about the announcers.
Oh, they're saying them. They're saying them. They're just not,
they can't publish them.
Not printing them. That's a LaCrescent kid. Just watching
For the screening, if we could have our seniors please step out to the mat.
video put together of our senior wrestlers through the years.
Before I start reading this, Mr. Marks, if PE coaching doesn't work out for you, you probably got a job for like the chicken soup of the heart kind of stuff. With tonight being the final home event of the 2021 season, it is also the final time that the PEM seniors will compete in the gymnasium. Tonight we come to celebrate the wrestling careers of 2 incredible young women and 6 outstanding young men who have made it to the very end of their time with the PEM wrestling program. Through the past 6 seasons, these wrestlers have accounted for 30 varsity wrestling letters, 539 wins, and 886 total varsity matches. Their performance on the mat was only slightly exceeded by the performance in the classroom, as their combined cumulative high school GPA averaged 3.67. Above all this group has persevered. Through illness and injuries, through celebrations and disappointments, through good times and through tragedy, this group has fought to the end and stands poised to finish their high school wrestling journeys. Please allow us a few moments to honor their achievements individually. We're going to start with Miss Addison Graves. Addie is the daughter of Todd and Betsy Graves. She will finish this season as a 5-time stats letter winner. She was a member of the conference championship teams in 2017, 2018, and 2019. In her career, she has recorded over 1,500 Bulldog wins, over 3,000 takedowns, and over 10,000 total match points. Her detailed record keeping in the past 5 seasons has contributed to the verification of 5 new individual school records, including most pins in a season, most takedowns in a season, most match points in a season, most total team points in a season, and most career takedowns. Addie will be remembered in the PEM program for her quiet dependability as well as her unselfish team-first attitude. She has sacrificed many evenings and weekends for the advancement of the program. Next year, Addie plans to attend Winona State University to major in business. Trisha Miller. Trisha is the daughter of Lori and Marty Miller. She will finish this season as a 4-time stats letter winner. She was a member of the 2018 and 2019 conference championship teams. The countless matches that she has recorded in the past 4 seasons account for 4 terabytes worth of data. The video library that she has created has provided a competitive advantage in both scouting opponents and improving our own technique. Not to mention the video themselves will provide a great way for wrestlers and families to relive great memories for decades to come. Trisha will be remembered for commitment to the wrestling program as well as her outgoing personality. Someone who is easy to tease, but very capable of giving it back twofold. Her contributions will be greatly missed next season as she begins classes at Southeast Tech in her pursuit of a career as a flight nurse. Cooper Hofschulte. Cooper is the son of Dean and Barbie Hofschulte. Cooper got his first taste of varsity action and earned his first varsity letter in 7th grade. He became a regular varsity starter in 9th grade and quickly established a reputation as a tough brawler who was all but impossible to pin. In the seasons that followed, Cooper has racked up 81 varsity wins, 41 pins, and 143 takedowns so far, despite missing most of his junior season due to injury. He is placed in the section tournament twice and is also placed in the top 2 of the TCU, PEM, and Andover Invitationals. He has won the Mental Toughness Award and has been awarded Academic All-Conference. He was a member of the 3 conference championship teams and will leave the program as a 5-time letter winner. Cooper's legacy to PEM wrestling will be his legendary toughness. Coop has become an incredible battler with a never-say-die attitude. His ability to fight through until the end always gives a chance to win and will serve him well in his immediate future in the United States Navy. Cooper will join the long list of PEM wrestlers to serve their country in the U.S. Armed Forces. Garrett Olson. Garrett Olson is the son of Kyle and Amy Olson. Garrett got his first nine varsity matches as a 7th grader at 106 pounds, and then became a regular varsity starter as an 8th grader. Throughout his career, Garrett has amassed 112 career wins, 20th all-time in program history, 63 pins, 18th all-time in program history, and 162 takedowns, 25th all-time program history. He will finish his wrestling career as a 6-time letter winner and a member of 4 conference championship teams. Garrett is a 2-time section place winner and is placed in the top 3 of the Century Tournament, the Faribault Tournament, the Eau Claire North Tournament, the PEM Tournament, the Andover Tournament, and the TCU Tournament, and he was also a member of the all-tournament team at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire Duels. In addition, Garrett was twice named to All-Conference Team and the Academic All-Conference Team. He has won team awards for most dedicated, mental toughness, and perfect attendance. Garrett's lasting mark on the PM wrestling program will be his incredible work ethic. No matter the situation, Garrett has never worked in the classroom or on the mat, which will be a valuable asset next year as he attends Viterbo University to pursue a career as a registered sports dietitian. Cale Lamb. Cale Lamb is the son of Kevin and Steph Lamb. Cale began his varsity career in 9th grade with a win over a state-ranked opponent at the Eau Claire North Tournament. In the seasons that have followed, Cale has improved steadily, making tremendous gains in the neutral position as well as in the weight room. In the past 4 seasons, Lamb has racked up 66 wins, 23 pins, and 146 takedowns, which is 27th all-time in program history. Cale will finish as a 4-time letter winner and a member of 2 conference championship teams. He has been named All-Conference once and Academic All-Conference twice. He is a 2-time section place winner and was named to the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire Duels All-Team Tournament. He has won team awards for Most Improved and Perfect Attendance Award. Cale will be remembered for his resilience and sense of humor. Throughout his career, Lamb has improved steadily and became a positive teammate and leader. Next year, Cale will attend University of Wisconsin Stout to continue his academic and football career. Cale Marks. Cale Marks is the son of Ryan and Barbara Marks. Cale earned his first 3 wins in 7th grade and became the varsity 106-pounder as an 8th grader. In the seasons that have followed, Cale has racked up 157 wins, 3rd in program history, 91 pins, which is 4th in program history, and 233 takedowns, which ranks 10th in program history. He will lead the program as a 6-time letter winner and a member of 4 conference championship teams. Cale has been voted first team all-conference 4 times and is a 4-time section place winner. In addition, Cale has placed 1st or 2nd in the Faribault, Eau Claire North, Tartan, PEM, Century, Andover, and TCU tournaments, and was also named to the all-tournament team at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire Duels. Cale has also been a 2-time recipient of the Perfect Attendance Award. Cale's legacy to the PEM wrestling will be that of an aggressive competitor, always willing to go toe-to-toe with the top wrestlers in the state, beating numerous state-ranked opponents along the way. Next year, Cale will continue his academic career at Minnesota State University Mankato to pursue a degree in construction management. Derek Boylan. Derek Boylan is the son of Lynn and Lisa Boylan. Derek got his first 2 varsity wins in 8th grade on the same night at a triangular in Hayfield. In 9th grade, Derek saw more action as an alternate sliding around to help win dual meets. Then as a 10th grader, Derek became a varsity regular and has been one ever since. In his career, Derek has won 62 matches, including 35 by pin. He will graduate as a 5-time letter winner and a member of 2 conference championship teams. He is a section place winner and is also placed at the top 3 at the TCU and PEM Invitationals. He has won the team award for Most Improved and has twice won the Perfect Attendance Award. As a wrestler, Derek will be remembered for his high energy style and willingness to try almost anything on the mat. As a teammate, Derek will be remembered for his infectious smile, as well as an exceptionally positive attitude towards training and competition. Derek will be greatly missed next season as he pursues the diesel mechanics program at Alexandria Tech. Alex Ray Alex Raymond is the son of Tim and Kelsey Raymond and Tim and Stacy Chapman. Alex got his first taste of varsity action as an 8th grader, but became a regular starter as a freshman. Over his career, Alex has won 61 matches for the Bulldogs, including 29 by pin. He will conclude his career as a 4-time letter winner and a member of 2 conference championship teams. Alex is a 3-time section place winner and a 1-time all-conference selection. He's also been named academic all-conference twice. Alex will be remembered for his continuous improvement and perseverance as a wrestler, as well as being a supportive and encouraging teammate to the younger wrestlers. Next year, Alex will pursue a degree in construction management at the University of Wisconsin Scout. On behalf of the entire coaching staff, we can't tell you how much we appreciate all your sacrifices and contributions to the PEM wrestling program. You have been an excellent group of young men and women to work with and an example for future classes to come. We wish you all the best down the final stretch as you conclude your high school wrestling careers. But always remember that when it is all over, it's not the medal hanging around your neck that means the most. It is what you have learned and who you have become in the process that is the ultimate prize. You have all had varying degrees of success on the mat, but more importantly, you have all become young men and women of character and integrity. You have stuck together through the toughest times and proved that you could persevere. We are all extremely proud of you. Let's give our seniors one round of applause.
All right, for those of you just joining us, I don't know if you heard that, but we had some nice comments from Coach Marks about our 6 seniors this year. And I know Coach Lamb is sitting next to me. His son is one of those seniors, and I was just thinking about the fact that when it's your kid's senior year, you really know about those kids because you've been with them since they were 4 years old. You know, and you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of that whole shooting match. And tonight's a night to really celebrate the good. And I think we're going to have quite a match on our hands against the LARP Screaming Eagles here. Bulldogs take them on. Full lineups mostly on both sides. Hopefully we won't have too many for forfeits. But here we go. We're getting ready to wrestle. Coach Lamb, you ready to talk now, or you still got a little bit of a wet eye?
It's hard to talk. It's hard to have your kid out there. And but it's awesome to be sitting up here and remembering all those younger days and seeing these kids through all the good and the bad and the ugly, and more good than bad, and to really just amazing the kind of maturity, I guess, watching kids grow up is a blessing to me.
Right, absolutely, and that's what high school sports is about. Is like I think Coach Mark said it best in his comments. I don't know if you're able to hear that on the stream or not, but Mark said when you get to the end of the day in that last match, that last game, that last meet, whatever it is, it's not the medal that hangs around your neck. It's the lessons that you learned, the friends that you made, and all of those memories along the way, and that's what really matters. All right, so another shout out. We like to do this a lot. Shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. We're getting ready for our coin toss here. Bulldog Nation Foundation has been able to help us stream all of these sports because we're pretty limited on who we can have in the gym. Lucky to have the parents of those seniors tonight. Had a little video. Hopefully you got to see a little bit of that. I would assume Coach Miller, Cam Miller, will probably post that on the Facebook page at some point if he hasn't already. We have some JV matches going on the Facebook Live. Hopefully that's still running. We'll run the varsity matches here. It looks like Cale Marks is going to take the toss out there with his dad. What is his name? Oh, Ryan Marks, local Bulldog legend. All right, here come the LARP Screaming Eagles for the toss.
Looked like the Screaming Eagles won the toss, and they have chosen the odd matches. Means they will present their wrestler first at first, third, fifth, and so on and so forth, and they will have their choice in the second period in all of those odd
Three
matches.
is an odd number. The shape of it's just weird.
Yeah, I think so.
We're up to 2 thumbs up on the old YouTubery.
Well, I don't know if we're doing anything right, but we're doing less wrong.
One would hope. One would hope. All right. So I would venture to guess we're going to see junior Isaac Walsh here for the Bulldogs. Isaac Walsh is coming in riding 20 wins on looks like he's got 35 takedowns on the season. Isaac's been very efficient on his feet this year. Been very fun to watch.
Starting off at 106 pounds. For the Screaming Eagles, Spencer Nelson. For the Bulldogs, Isaac Walsh.
Isaac Walsh, a junior, coming in at 106 pounds. Kind of nice to have upperclassmen at 106. See a lot of underclassmen, a lot of 7th and 8th graders at that level. It's kind of nice to have an older kid there.
Yeah, Spencer Nelson here for the Eagles is just a 7th grader and giving up quite a bit in the length department for sure, which Isaac's very long and lean and gives him a lot of leverage.
Speaking of levers, Isaac runs that head lever. He's going to get 3 back out of that. Back hook that head. He's going to get the pin right there. Fish slaps it at 26 seconds.
Winning by a fall in 26 seconds, Isaac Walsh.
Sounded like Mr. Arsvold just corrected himself down there. That was Colton Jenkins, also a 7th grader for the Screaming Eagles, who just was out on the mat for the Eagles.
Carson Raymond, this is going to be the first match I've personally seen him live wrestle at his weigh-in weight at 113. I think all the duels I've done this year, he's been bumped up to 120 to wrestle that match. And Carson historically gives up some weight there. He's not somebody that pushes the limit at weigh-in. And so it's probably going to be kind of nice for him down at 13. Gives up a quick takedown and a cradle. Got himself in a bit of a quandary, if you will.
Yeah, Krautemacher having his way here early on in this match. That is a tight-looking cradle.
Fish slaps him at 43 seconds. At the pace we're on, I don't know if we're going to beat that LaCrescent record of 13 minutes, but we're moving right along.
We might get home in time for dinner.
We might. Looks like we're going to see Nolan Ford for the Bulldogs here at 20.
At 120 pounds, for the Screaming Eagles, Jordan Zabrowski. For the Bulldogs, Nolan Ford.
Jordan Zabrowski, just a 9th grader here at 120 pounds. I know Nolan Ford out there has given up some weight and a little age. He's just a 7th grader for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, getting a little varsity match time. I think, you know, a little bit of that once in a while is good. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to throw them to the wolves too much, but it's kind of like baseball. You got to get your at-bats, and in wrestling, you got to get your mat time. You got to get your matches in.
From what I've seen out of young Nolan is he's just generally tough. He's tough to score points on. He doesn't give up falls. He certainly doesn't go to his back very often. I shouldn't even be saying that. Probably going to jinx him here, but
he actually fought back to his feet pretty well there.
Yeah, he's a goer. He's not going to give up out there, and he's really not afraid of anything. So
got that arm barred up. Zabrowski, last match we saw him shook hands on that wing, and it was pretty short work of the LaCrescent wrestler. Ford able to fight that off. We're going to get a start and go back to the center. 2-0 for the Screaming Eagles. Zabrowski. Dual meet tied up at 6. Ford really working underneath, He's maybe running into a little more horsepower than he's used to if he's wrestling JV matches. There's a tough, tight wing.
Dabrowski certainly putting on a
Clinic,
lot of different moves on top, and Ford fighting him off until
$141, and Fish slaps the mat for our third pin of the night. We got Mike Evans for the Screaming Eagles. Oh, wait a minute. This is going to be Carter Johnsgaard. Carter Johnsgaard wrestled a pretty tough match in his first match against LaCrescent. He ran into kind of a buzzsaw here.
PEM is open at 126, so Johnsgaard's going to take home a forfeit this time. Takes a win the easy way.
Yeah. I would guess the Bulldog's going to probably be open at 32 here. I heard a rumor through the grapevine that we were going to be open at 32, and then we actually are. Look at that. I think the National Enquirer, sometimes you're right.
So as we're coming back to wrestling here, we're going to feature some of our seniors starting up right now with Cooper Hofschulte, the first senior from the Bulldog lineup, at 138 pounds, and the Bulldogs have dug a little hole here to start.
Yeah, we
behind 6-24.
We had when Cooper wrestled his first match, he had a pretty good match against LaCrescent. We went through some of his accomplishments. Cooper's favorite wrestling role model, he listed his father because he's the one that got him in the sport when he was young. And this most important lesson that he ever learned here was never stop. Whenever you start anything, finish it. And Cooper has really showed that off in his that's not Cooper.
No, they pulled a fast one on us. I see Cooper standing over there. He's going to wrestle the next match, I guess. That is one Alex Hendricks.
That is one Alex Hendricks.
PEM.
Alex Hendricks also, I'm sure, has some great wrestling memories. But Cooper Hofschulte's favorite wrestling role model is his dad. Also a PEM Gopher wrestling legend in his own right. Also a Navy veteran in his own right. We heard in the remarks on the seniors that Cooper's going to be going into the United States Navy after graduation. Speaking of younger, there's that
extension roll,
that Trout Valley Death Grip or whatever it is.
Mound Prairie, the Mound Prairie
Mound Prairie Super Gripper. Cooper, and we're going to see him, I think, at 45. I'm guessing the Bulldogs are all going to bump up one. We'll see. But Cooper says the advice he'd give to younger wrestlers is to have fun and to not get pinned. I think that's pretty solid advice, to not get pinned. Because if you don't get pinned, you always have a chance.
We see Alex Hendricks here looking for the pin.
Yeah.
At 138 pounds.
I might get that tattooed on my shoulder. If you don't get pinned, you always have a chance. I like that. Words of wisdom from Cooper Hofschulte.
Once knew a wise man who wrote on a note card for me that I should try more and suck less, and I still have that note card taped in my desk.
Every day. We try to do that every day. Maybe you have to add another one in there that says if you don't get pinned, you always have a chance. Looks like we're having a...
Titan did a good job fighting off his back there, and then ended up with a reversal. So as we head into the second period.
Is this Titan Teakouts? That's who this is?
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was. I just wasn't real sure. Looks like we got a little blood time or something. Is that what we got going on?
Yes, I don't know. Oh, it's coming off the side of Alex's head there. Maybe pulled open a scab or something.
Yeah. I would... Alex getting a little disinfectant wipe down there from his dad and Coach Marks. Alex will get back out there. One thing that Alex has really excelled at since last year when he had a little varsity time, apparently is growing. He's about 100 inches taller than he was last year and maybe 4,000 pounds.
Yes, approximately. I would say that's a pretty good estimate.
I think he wrestled 20 last year, didn't he? Had some matches at 20. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he's wrestling tonight at 138.
I believe he's the tallest in his family now.
I would believe that.
And no offense to his mother, but he might be the best looking as well.
That is true. Now, it's being the tallest in Alex's family is not quite the accomplishment it is in my family. My son also the tallest in his family, but had to work at that a little. Oh, we had a little injury default there, musta, huh?
Yeah.
Must have not been able to stop the bleeding.
That happened
Yeah,
fast.
and Alex Hendricks, yeah. We didn't get a pin, though. Same number of points, so we have maintained the streak of 6s. Cooper Hofschulte coming out. We talked about Cooper a little bit. You got anything in the back of the memory banks about Cooper there, Coach Lamb?
He's wrestling really well this year, and it's been awesome just to see him come back so strong after his injury last year. And yeah, this should be a good matchup. I know he's given up some weight here, but he is definitely one of the strongest Bulldogs we've got on the team.
Right. Caleb Mueller looking pretty good at 45. Cooper had kind of a match on his hands against LaCrescent. Came out a little slow. And I might get crucified for this when he comes to class tomorrow, but I would say he maybe even a little flat. Ended up really, really turning it on in the second and third period. What would you call that? Is that a little short fireman's or a Kelly? What would you call that?
I would call that a fireman's, yeah, but it is different than your typical fireman's.
Yeah, it's almost got a
short
little
carry.
Yeah, short carry maybe. Got a little knee tap thing in it.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's classic Cooper Hofschulte.
Yeah, made famous in Bulldog land, probably by the DeFrang brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, Reed and Chase both pretty good at that little short carry. Control that elbow and then take that little half-hearted shot, and then Kelly down on that short carry. Cooper Mueller, that was pretty quality. Cooper
Thumbs
Hofschulte.
down,
I am gonna get a thumbs down. I thought I maybe got one from local policing legend Jason Body.
Oh yes.
But Cooper gets 3 near fall points there. He's going to push to a 5-0 lead. 17 seconds short time. You see Cooper glance up at the clock. A kid with a good mat presence. He wants to know how much time because he really does not want to give up an escape here if he doesn't have to. Yep, and then let's see if we get out of bounds. We're going to get out of bounds. Fischbacher is going to put Mueller down. I think some referees might have called that one, but Fish did not.
Not enough loss of control there in official Paul Fischbacher's mind. Cooper is tough on top. That was pretty impressive actually for Mueller. He almost got away.
Yeah, that point might come in valuable here. See, Cooper's going to go down. We'll see what he can do on the bottom. Cooper gets a quick one to push it to 6-0. Cooper been very, very efficient on his feet this year. What's he got for takedowns there, Coach Lane?
38 takedowns on the year, but he has 13 of the pins for PEM, and he's got 10 3-point near falls. So that's
nice. He's a turning bugger.
Yeah, he's good on all fronts. Wrestling from the bottom, wrestling from the top, and on his feet.
Been good on his feet tonight, so Mueller gets the escape. We'll see what happens. Gives up a quick takedown.
Yeah, good job jinxing him. Mueller with a nice little ankle pick there. Caught Cooper on his heel.
See if Cooper can get out here, get one of those points back, get back to that neutral position. Wings down a little bit, see if he can kick over. Usually that just gets you to the edge of the mat and gets a start. That doesn't pay off too many times. Cooper with those flat ankles in his referee's position usually signals some sort of stand-up attempt. Yep, got that leg in there. We're going to try and get that split in there. Yeah, there we go. Get a little high in that leg ride, and Cooper Hofschulte able to pop out the back, get his 2 points. So he gets the 2 points back off of that takedown, moves the score to 10-3. Cooper, again, similar to his first match, very just workmanlike. And just bringing his lunch bucket and leaving it at the edge of the mat and going to work.
Going back to work with that tight waist, that sure takes a lot out of the bottom wrestler. Hard to breathe down there, and you're working to get away, and you're carrying your opponent's weight.
There's a tough crossface that Coop's going to turn into a butcher. Right? Cooper very adept at working that crossface either into a butcher or a cradle, whatever the other man gives him. Short time here, we're not going to get the fall. Yet another 3-point near fall for Cooper in the stat book. All right, we're going to go on our feet here. Cooper's up 10 points. Mueller's got his work cut out for him if he's going to score 10 points in a period here. Now, this the score on this might go egg-shaped depending on what Mueller does here. Because if he tries to score too many points too fast, he might make a mistake, right? Which could work to Cooper's advantage, which is exactly what happened against LaCrescent. LaCrescent wrestler tried a Grammy and ended up in a Peterson. Again, here Mueller gets a little tall, gets a little high. Cooper slides out the back door to get his 2 back, get back to that 10-point lead.
Yeah, Mueller aggressive on top there. You know, he's down by 8 yet at that point, so he's again maybe getting himself out of position, but really pushing for points to try and get back in the match, or trying to get Cooper turned over and pin him. So Cooper stays in great position and ends up back on top.
Right, based upon what I've seen out of Mueller tonight, I would venture to guess if this was a 2 or a 3-point match, he'd be wrestling a much different style than he is here in the third period. Trying to hit that switch. One thing he is doing is finishing over the back. Us guys from the 1900s like to see that switch finish in the crotch so you don't get re-switched like you just did right there.
Yes, sir.
Mueller did do a nice job at clearing his hips and keeping pressure on that arm. Pretty old school, but did not finish between the legs like us older guys like to see. We're going to call stalling.
First warning on Cooper there for riding, not attempting to turn.
Yeah, 17 seconds left in the third. That's not going to mean much to Mueller. And I think very best case scenario here, Mueller gets a point out of that, but that's going to be too little too late.
Another very solid performance from senior Cooper Hofschulte, winning his last match in the home gym.
Yeah, he's gonna move to 26 wins on the season with that win. Cooper has just been solid. It's gonna be fun to watch him as we move to tournament time. Did we get a flyer on that tournament thing tonight? Because we didn't really get to that last time.
Oh, I didn't see one up here.
Wrestling at 152 pounds for the Screaming Eagles, Gables Phelps, and for the Bulldogs, Garrett Olson.
Senior Garrett Olson up at 152 pounds from his normal 145. He's got 113 career wins. He picked up a forfeit against LaCrescent, I believe, didn't he?
That is correct.
Yeah. He's got 63 pins, which is 18th all-time in program history. And that's 50 years of Bulldog wrestling. To rank in the top 20 of anything is really impressive. 6-time letter winner, Garrett. Garrett's mother, Amy, maybe the best dental hygienist I've ever had in my life.
My teeth came out, yeah, really clean.
Shout out to the Elgin Dental over there and Amy Olson.
Well, Garrett's got his hands full tonight here with Gable Speltz, a senior for Lewis and Altura, rush for Peterson. We got a quick stalling call, a stalling warning here in the first period for Speltz, and he immediately scores the takedown off of good defense of a shot.
Garrett has 112 wins, missed most of last season with a shoulder injury. The advice that he gives to younger wrestlers is do not give up when times are hard and cherish the great moments you have in wrestling. And I think good words for those younger guys to read and process. And those younger guys probably don't think of Garrett as a mentor, but those seniors really, especially some of those guys that got 5 or 6 years of varsity matches under them, they have a little wisdom even at that young age for those younger guys that they should listen to.
Spelt's happy to let Olson off the mat there and not give up an escape, but come back to the middle.
Garrett, even after missing last year, he's a 3-time section place winner, 17, 18, 19. We're going to go back to the center, second period. Garrett defers. Gable's going to go down in that referee's position.
Garrett likes to work the arm bar here from the top.
Yeah,
we'll see if
he
he
is a
can
bar.
bring Speltz back to the mat and go to work there, but Speltz up and out quickly.
Interesting to watch Garrett wrestle up a weight here at 52. He's been a real mainstay in the weight room, and he's put on a lot of quality muscle, but he's not an especially big 45-pounder. So to bump up to 52 to face Speltz, he's got his hands full here, and we can see that he's down 3-0. He's if we follow the wisdom of Cooper Hofschulte, we know that if we don't get pinned, we always have a chance.
Speaking of pins, Garrett is 18th all-time in the PEM land for pins. It's 63 pins on his career, and again, that's with very limited matches last year.
And those are pins taken, not pins given.
Correct, yes.
Little edge of the mat takedown for Speltz. Wisely, that shows a wrestler with a lot of mat savvy to drag his toes like that on that takedown. Down 5 here. Garrett's got to score a point here in the second period. He's got to get out from under this yoke. Tough spiral ride. That makes it a little hard to get out from underneath.
Garrett hits a nice switch, gets his hips out, and creates some space to get an escape here on the edge. Trying to score a takedown as well, and Speltz savvy is not going to give him any opportunity out there on the edge.
Garrett does get back to his feet. It'd be nice to see him pick up a quick 2 here. Short time to go. He for sure doesn't want to give up a takedown here with short time to go. Nice shot by Garrett. In on that single leg. Speltz sprawls, cross faces hard, just like he was taught in 3rd grade. Oh, nice little ankle pick. That was, you got to appreciate that. I don't care who you are. That was a nice little Kevin Dresser style ankle pick.
Yeah, he scored 2 takedowns on defense against pretty good shots from Garrett. So Speltz is doing a good job of defending and then turning it into offense for himself.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit in that sense of McCoy T-Couch, who graduated for LARP a couple years ago, where you just had to always be on top of everything because he could turn nothing into points in a hurry.
Yeah, it looks like the little difference in strength here with that size as well that Olson's given up.
Just that few pounds, yeah. 6-7 pounds makes a big difference in these middle weights.
Not able to get that leg off the mat on a single leg attack and finish those things, and Speltz using his strength to his advantage. Olson down by 6 here with a minute left in the period.
Bulldogs down 30-10. He got a pretty good hole dug for themselves dual meet wise. They're going to have to get on their pony here and score some team points. Unless we have a fairly drastic turn of events here. Olson is going to fall here to Gable. Speltz at 52. I would venture to guess we'll see Kale Lamb at 160.
Yeah, Garrett's going to need to, down by 6 here, he's going to need an escape and a 5-point move or an attempt at a takedown to his back.
Something dramatic.
Speltz has been in such good position throughout that that's going to be a difficult task, especially when he's got a lead where he doesn't need to put himself in dangerous situations.
Garrett's got a big motor, but so does Speltz. I don't know if we're going to have enough here with 30 seconds to go.
2 seniors out there battling it out. Very smart match and great effort from both of those guys.
Yes. This has been a good high school wrestling match. Score got a little egg-shaped on Garrett there, but pretty close match physically, much closer than the scoreboard would indicate. Short time. There we go.
Good match for Gable Speltz and a good match for Garrett Olson as well.
Both young men wrestled well in that match. Looks like we're going to see Cale Lamb.
160 pounds for the Screaming Eagles, winning Corcoran. For the Bulldogs, Cale Lamb.
Cale Lamb lists his favorite memory is watching Cale Marks and his father Ryan Marks do technique in practice, and they're both so stubborn at some point during technique they end up going live because neither one of them wants to let the other one do the move.
Can you imagine that?
I can't. Having had Cale in class and being a peer of Ryan's as a teacher, I do find that hard to believe. Cale in deep on a body lock, not able to convert that into points. Had a single leg for a split second there while we were singing his praises. He's in deep on a single again. Let's see if he can finish. Forward trip, and there's his 2 points. Is this Brennan Corcoran?
Brennan Corcoran, I believe, is what PA announcer Paul Arsvold, PA announcer, said.
Yeah. PA on the PA.
Well, Lamb's going to let Corcoran back to his feet and go for another takedown. Looking for that inside position. He, too, is up a weight here.
Official Paul Fischbacher a little slow on the one here, watching the action, make sure he doesn't miss anything. I know that times, and I know Coach Lamb, there's times you've been on the clock too, and sometimes the coaches get mad at you when the score isn't right. But the score you can always get caught up and fix. What you got to make sure is right is the time.
Absolutely. Yes, and Jeff Henry has been masterful with his keeping the time right.
Jeff is always on time.
You know, Lamb looked like he was about to score another takedown there on the edge and maybe even relax a little bit. Corcoran wisely continued to wrestle, hit a switch there, and almost turned it into his own points.
Yeah, Cale's been in on deep on a couple 3 shots here tonight against Corcoran. Has only been able to finish one of them. He's really been in on a leg almost whenever he wants. The problem is he hasn't been able to finish but one of them. Corcoran with that inside tie, Lamb wisely backs out of that so he doesn't gets a tie of his own. There's a little bump. There's a little bump to a single leg. Right. We're going to see if we can finish this one on the edge of the mat. Oh, Corcoran breaks the hands. We end up between the legs. We're going to go out of bounds. Time's going to expire. We're going to go back to the center. Fischbacher's going to get him started. We're going to go 2-1 with the Bulldogs down 23 points in a duel.
I don't know if you saw there, Coach Brighton, the official warned the Eagle wrestler for stalling. I know Cale was really trying to push the pace and Corcoran staying in good position, but most of the action being instigated by Lamb, including giving up those 3 points.
Right, and there's a switch by Corcoran, and he actually, and at the risk of beating a dead horse here, he finishes that between the legs, doesn't give Lamb a chance to re-switch that. That was a good-looking switch. Must have had a clasping, a locked hand of some kind. Yeah.
I think the score on the scoreboard is wrong again, but the time is right. It should be 2-4.
I believe the time is dead on. No, it should be. Yeah, it should be 4. Should be 4.
Corcoran got a leg
There.
in here. He's definitely
Public address announcer Paul Larsvold, PA on the PA, must have heard us because he wisely adjusts the score to 4-2. I will say this too also about these current crop of leg wrestlers. When I learned to leg ride, we always kept our hips more up on top, and you don't see that as much out of these current guys. And I don't know if the philosophy has changed on that or what. Kale's gonna have to get hopping here. These LARP wrestlers have really, really been tough on top.
Yeah, expending a lot of energy down at the bottom and not getting anywhere. Oh, here now we got 2 legs. That's never fun.
They've stayed in good position on their feet, not giving up the takedowns. They've had a real nice, solid game plan. Stay in position on your feet and then just ride like a bearcat.
Moving into the third period here, it's Lamb's choice. He's going to have to get going on his feet here and finish some more of these takedowns.
And wisely on his choice does not take down after getting ridden out for the better part of that period.
Drive there, and if he,
there we go, climb
climb
that tree just like when you were in elementary school. Fischbacher does award him the 2.
Corcoran goes right to the switch there, trying not to give up the 2. That tied the score, and then Lamb happy to give him an escape so he can get back after it here.
Let's see if Corcoran can stay out of that little shuck, and he cannot. Let's see if Lamb's got enough length to stay in bounds. He does not. We're going to go back to the center. Both these wrestlers are going to have to dig deep in the tank here. Just body language-wise, I would say Lamb looks like he's in a little better condition than Corcoran here. Right, he's going to push. He's going to try and push the pace on him here. He's going to get another takedown.
And he picked up that stalling point too, as he's pushing the pace and controlling the action out there.
Now up 7-5, cuts him 7-6. At some point, do you try and ride him out? And Corcoran's got that good switch. Or do you keep letting them up and wrestling on your feet so you don't deal with that? I don't think we're not going to get into that major window. You know, with 50 seconds to go, only up 1 point. That's a lot of takedowns in a short amount of time in the third period.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy to let Coach Marks make that decision. But
Kale's going to cut to a double, get a nice takedown again. It'll be interesting to see what the coaching staff decides strategically here. Coach Marks is telling him to work the turn now. He's not going to cut him with 20 seconds to go.
He got dominant on his feet here in the third period. And,
actually, fairly dominant on his feet the whole match. Just wasn't able to finish in the first period. Didn't really get back to his feet in the second period. What we don't want to do is give up a 5-pointer here to some sort of squirrely move from underneath.
Yeah.
Lamb wisely rides a little loose there.
Honestly, not necessarily what his coaches wanted to give up an escape there, because a takedown for Corcoran would tie it and send it to overtime. But
yeah, Corcoran looks pretty tired. I don't think he's going to get it in 1 second here. There's the bell. Lamb takes a shot. He's going to go back to the center. A winner, 9-7, 13-33 in favor of the Screaming Eagles of LARP.
From Lewiston, Alberta, Rushford Peterson, Colin Blue. And from Plainville, Jamilville, Cale Marks.
Cale Marks bumped up to 170 pounds. All of our guys here
seem to be up 1 weight.
Yeah, giving up a little weight. I wish I knew if this was, we've wrestled the Screaming Eagles earlier this year down in Rushford, and Cale had a tough match that night. I don't know if this is the same guy with our guys bumped. I don't.
Yeah, is this Colin Klug?
Colin
Is
Klug,
that who we had?
Yeah.
On senior night, 150 match winner, 153 match winner, I think now. Cale Marks. His most important thing he ever learned in wrestling is taught me that everyone gets humbled no matter how good they may be. Interesting to hear that out of a kid, that if you're going to win 150 matches, you got to be pretty durable and pretty confident in your abilities. So
For a long time.
For a long time.
For a very long time.
Nice words of wisdom from the young man there. 270 pounders jockeying for position here. That's a nice little bump. Let's see if Marks can finish. See if Lamb can finish. See if Marks can finish. Cale, back-to-back Cales here.
It's not easy for our small brains, especially this late in the week.
That is true. We are up to 86 people watching.
Hello, 86 people.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hello. I'm not going to say it 86 times. Trying to tripod up here for an escape. Kind of a slow-moving unit. Cale, we have, I would say top to bottom, this is one of the physically strongest teams we've had in a long time that we've put on the mat. And Cale right up there with the strongest of them, able to just put that 70-pounder back on the mat from the behind position. We'll finish the period. Cale's up 2-0.
See official Paul Fischbacher awarding another stalling warning in favor of the Bulldogs against the Screaming Eagle wrestler, and he is one of the best in the state caliber official. And you notice those more experienced officials really are quicker on those stalling calls. They really want to improve the action and get guys making improvements.
Just drop a caliper. Like a state caliper, like he's gonna,
can you be a state? He's
going to measure the thickness of his brake rotors. Is that? It's the best in the state at brake rotor checking. State caliper.
From what I understand. I heard that from a guy.
As far as we know, Paul Fischbacher, one of the best caliper readers in the state. Oh goodness. Cale Marks working that head lever, trying to just find a chink in the armor of Klug here. Klug on that slow motion tripod stand-up. You don't see that out of middleweights nearly as much as you see it out of the heavyweights. The 220-pounders occasionally will do it. There's that. Look at that stack. That sucker's tight. Couldn't quite get him turned on that. Sometimes you'll see that 220-pounder hit that little slow motion tripod stand-up. But that's more of a heavyweight thing usually. Yeah,
I would venture to guess that there was a slow motion stand-up just simply because of the power and the strength that both of these guys are exerting out there.
Right. A lot of resistance. That's pretty tight. Lamb working, or Marks. Able to flop out of there. That might been just honestly a factor of being up a weight. You know, a little bit bigger opponent able to break out of that tight stack.
Yeah, and Cale Marks, no stranger to pinning. 91 pins in his career. Good for 4th all-time in PEM wrestling lore.
Yeah, LARP gets dinged again for a stall. Their game plan seems to be position. Oh, gonna reach back. That's usually not a good thing. He does almost get back to his feet to get the one, but unable to get out. It's gonna go back to the center, down 6, Klug is. Klug, a pretty thick kid for a junior. Pretty well put together. He's a big 70-pounder in my opinion.
Yeah, you can tell he spent some time in the weight room as well.
Yeah. Cale Marks doing a good job working that head lever. We'll see if he tries that little, I don't even know what they call that in the room anymore, that little hip stack. What do they even call that, where they get that 2-on-1 and they load them up on the hip?
Yeah, I don't know what they call it. It's not the apple picker, I can tell you that.
It's not an apple picker, and it's not the Grand Prairie Deathlock or whatever that was. Was it the
Mound Prairie.
Mound Prairie Super Gripper.
Death Crown.
Yeah, it wasn't the Mountain Prairie Super Gripper. Gonna run that wing over the top of the head here. That's pretty tight. Klug trying to kick out again like he did earlier. Mark's hanging on. He's going to get his...
A lot of time here to try and settle this in and let gravity help pull those shoulders down.
One thing Marks will do here is sit his hips through. That's a tight double wing. Klug doing all he can to not get pinned here, because according to Cooper Hofschulte, if you don't get pinned,
you always got a chance.
You always got a chance. Down 9-0 here. I feel like the way the LARP team is yelling and exhorting Klug to greatness here, I feel like they're going to feel pretty good if they can get out of here without giving up 5 or 6 points to Marks. I would assume that Coach Marks thought he was going to get 5 or 6 out of this. So whatever plan they got on paper for the duel here might not be playing out the way they thought it would. He's got that thing winged up, and he's going to run out of time.
Overall, a good match for Marks, and Klug did a great job of battling to not give up the pin and save his team some team points there. Ended up with a major decision, so 4 points added to the Bulldogs score.
That was a major win by Marks.
And a major decision.
Yes, it was.
To move those guys in.
Derek Boyum, another one of our 6 seniors tonight.
I did not catch the Lewiston wrestler's name.
I did not. He appears to look a little younger. I would guess it's Tyler. Well, it might be Dominic Plank, 9th grader. Hard to tell. We'll see if we can catch it. We can overhear the LARP teammates cheering him on. Maybe we'll catch a name. Boyum with a nice little bump to 2. He's going to try and get that cradle.
Shout out to Kurt Cronenbush, who's listening in tonight. He's enjoying the word battle between 2 English teachers late in the week who can't think of any good words. Hey. I hope in this word battle I'm at least tied.
Derek Boyum's advice to younger wrestlers is don't take your matches for granted. As fast as you can blink, they can be taken away. Derek looking at going into diesel mechanics, going up to Alec. Oh, Derek in a tough spot there. Got himself in a bad position in that cradle. He comes out of it okay. Almost pinned himself.
A little scary moment for the fans in the crowd, but Derek's pretty used to being there, I think, and he ends up with the near fall. In fact, maybe the crowd doesn't look too tense either. They've gotten used to Derek's antics. He is a wild one.
Right. Just thinking about Kurt Cronenbush and getting in my Wayback Machine, going to a Casson game where apparently it was so foggy he was the only one that could see the ball carrier, and scored himself I think about 25 tackles that night. Then he was all-time Bulldog lead single game tackles for quite some time. If I'm thinking of the right game, it would have been maybe a section finals and maybe a 99, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in there, over in the fog.
Derek Boyum working hard here, up 7-1. Quick takedown, some back points. Trying to get that butcher going. Do you prefer the butcher or the barbed wire? What's your preferred term?
It was the butcher where we grew up.
It's a butcher?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little arm roll. It results in nothing so far. That's another. We get some little goofy things like that happen when we got guys wrestling up a weight, because it's got a little more body than Derek's maybe used to dealing with. According to the cheerleaders, this is Derek. Oh, those are home cheerleaders. That's Derek Boyum.
Did you just figure that out?
Derek, kind of a misguided attempt at a headlock there. Back to the down position. He's going to be up and out pretty quick for one. Derek needs to just settle down and score some points here. There's a little bump. There's that Mount Prairie death grip. He's going after that. When it's going to work, we'll call it by the right name.
He is a specialist in the Mount Prairie death grip.
He is a specialist in that.
I should warn you, we got a little message from our boss, the principal, and he's tuned in, so just watch what you say about him.
The Prince is my pal, so I should be okay. That's how I remember how to spell it.
Yeah, it reminds me to mind my tongue when he's around, too. He's my pal. Say nice things about him.
When I'm bribing him to get things done, then I'm paying on the principal.
There you go. Boy, with a 4-point lead here. Looking to extend that.
Another little bump.
Nice takedown at the end of the period.
Happy to get the 2, but I think you would like to get the death grip if you can. For those of you that are not Bill Urke that are tuned in at home, the Mountain Prairie death grip, more probably.
In the real world, they call that.
Yeah, probably.
More accurately.
More commonly known as an extension roll. And we get that near side leg in and a headlock and just really stretch your opponent out.
Apparently, in Houston, Minnesota, that was not a commonly known move, and so they gave it their own name.
They christened it, if you will, the Mountain Prairie Double Deather. I'm probably going to get a nasty gram either from Craig Urke or Brian Urke on this too. I'm sure Bill Urke is enjoying that at home. Geez, nice shot by the Screaming Eagle. Boyum able to fend that off to go 13-4.
Yeah, it really was a nice shot. He was in deep, and Derek was just not having any of it.
Yeah. Derek trying to work that head lever to break his man down. I think Coach Marks would like to see us push this to a major if we could. Well, we're probably at a major right now, aren't we? Sitting at 9.
Yeah, we're ahead by 9. I'll help on the math, but I got to get my calculator out.
I'm no rocket surgeon, but that's a major decision right now.
And I'm no rocket surgeon, but that is not exactly what the Bulldogs are always looking for extra team points there, but I think Derek is looking for a pin to help his team out and get 6 here.
Right.
However, if my math is correct.
Speaking of rocket surgeons.
Yes?
Did you see the video of the rocket exploding today?
I did not.
It was a SpaceX rocket, the one they want to send to Mars, and it was landing, and I think they said 3 minutes after it landed, just randomly exploded.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So, luckily it was a test flight. Boy, I'm working that crossfade hard. He's going to run out of time here. I will honestly say the LARP Screaming Eagles have done an excellent job tonight of avoiding those really, really major bonus points. Our good wrestlers have not been able to get into that tech fall window or even that pinning window. Even Mark's not able to pin his man, even though he had him tight on his back a couple times.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a good job of fighting on the bottom, working hand control, and not allowing the Bulldogs to get into a great pinning combination.
For the Screaming Eagles, Jacob Meyer. For the Bulldogs, Alex Raymond.
Junior Jacob Meyer for the Eagles will go out against senior Alex Raymond. Alex Raymond's wrestling role model is Logan Wingert because he made practices fun while being his partner. Logan, no stranger to success himself. Alex worked back to the center. similar to his brother, was got a real nice double leg. We'll see if he can get that on Jacob here.
So the team score has the Bulldogs down by 12 with 3 matches to go, counting this one.
Right.
Nice single leg, brings the leg up. Finishes the takedown for 2 points. It's good to start with a lead.
I think based upon, I'm hoping that one of the Bulldog coaches over there has been talking to these guys and noticed that the LARP game plan has been to just really stay in great position on their feet, and it has really paid off for them so far with that 33-21 lead. And telling our guys, stay patient on your feet and keep working. Don't get greedy. Your time will come and those points will build, especially if you don't give them any cheap points.
Yeah, a lot of times that can be very frustrating for a wrestler to not be able to score when he thinks he should, and then get out of position and end up giving up points or even giving up a pin if he gets too far out of position.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're somebody that's used to wrestling a real open style, and then your opponent really kind of keeps it tight on you and keeps it forehead to forehead. It makes it a little tough to get the points you think you should. I think that happened a little bit the first period to Derek Boyum, but also maybe a little bit to Cale Marks as well. Well, Cale Lamb as well, too, is in deep on some shots in the first period, unable to finish only one of those. In the first period in the books, and Raymond will go back. Green is going to take down with a 2-0 lead. What he's got to not do here up a weight class is carry that 195 pounds for 2 minutes, because that's going to wear him out unnecessarily.
Yeah, the quicker he gets out of there, the better for sure. So he doesn't have to carry that weight even for 30 seconds if he doesn't have to.
Right.
Meyer with a good breakdown, not letting Alex go easily, but Alex staying in good position, got the escape. That's just what we were looking for.
Hey, you got any younger kids watching at home? One thing Alex Raymond did real nice on that stand-up is on that trail foot, he planted that toe. And then when Meyer goes to pick that up, he sticks that toe on the mat and then pivots on it so he can't pick that knee up.
Yeah, absolutely. Very smart. Veteran maneuver.
Veteran maneuver by the senior.
The little things.
I'd like to see Alex get the inside tie on that collar. He's letting Meyer control his head there. I'd like to see Alex get inside on that and control that tie. Marks and Boyum both able to really effectively generate a leg attack off that little bump off that collar tie. I know I saw him working on that in the wrestling room the other night. I hear Coach Wingert yelling at Alex, "Your tie, your tie," and I'm sure what he really wants him to do is get that inside position on that. Either that or not tie up at all and keep shooting the legs.
There you can see he's working his arm inside there.
Yep.
Meyer not making it easy for him, tying on that left side, but Alex listening to his coaches and doing the best he can to improve his position there.
Meyer really, in that tie, really got a lot of weight out on his toes. I would say probably a pretty good candidate for a head snap at some point too, even if it was just to a front headlock. But in order to do that, Alex is going to have to get that inside tie so he can control the head. For some reason, the gym went nearly deathly silent right there. I'm not really sure why, what the pregnant pause in the conversation was, but it was weird.
I had to check my pulse to make sure I was still alive.
All right. Coach Mark's telling Alex Raymond to watch out for that roll right off the whistle, because we saw that at 182 pounds.
3-0 lead here into the third. Comfortable, but not that comfortable.
Right. At some point in the next, the Bulldogs for sure have to win out here from a dual meet perspective. But we're going to have to get some bonus points here. We can't 3-point out here. We got to pick up some points if we're going to pull this out as a team.
Raymond riding tough. Having a hard time breaking Meyer's hips down, though, and getting him flat on the mat where he can start working for a pinning combination.
We're going to get a stalling call on Alex here. I think coaches are yelling at Alex to hook the ankle, and I think Alex, trying to listen to his coaches and trying to make something happen, stayed a little parallel with his opponent a little too long, and Fischbacher pretty quickly, we talked about that early, official Fischbacher pretty quick on the stalling call. He likes to see those guys moving and working. I'm not against that either. I don't mind that quick stalling call on those guys.
No, I agree. Let's get our money's worth.
Yep.
You worked hard at practice.
Yep.
Don't ball up out here on the mat. Let's get going.
There's a stalling call on Red on LARP.
Better be careful. We got to keep talking, or he's going to warn us for stalling up here.
The thing about Paul Fischbacher, equal opportunity stalling calls. He's not gonna. He's gonna hand them out like candy on Halloween. Here looks like 3-1. Raymond just gets dinged with his first stalling point.
22 seconds left. That reduces the lead to only 2.
Puts this there's your little attempt at a Granby, right? Alex kind of running out of gas here. I honestly don't think Fish will ding him again with 8 seconds to go.
Well, and certainly not with
he wants to
flat on the mat down there.
Right, and he wants to push the action, but he wisely is going to let the kids decide it, not the referee. That's time. Okay, so the Bulldogs are going to win there. Go to 24-33 with 2 matches to go. We're going to see 25-win Martin Prieto come out here for the Bulldogs. I'm venturing to guess just from the look here that this is Dominic Plank.
220 pounds for the Scriven Eagles, DJ Plank, and for the Bulldogs, Martin Prieto.
Okay, so Martin Prieto, honestly, one of the better wrestlers I've seen on his feet in quite some time in this gym. He just flows and flows and flows. This would be a good chance for Martin to pick up some bonus points for the Bulldogs here. He's got a takedown and a half.
Official there wanting to make sure we stay safe and nobody goes home
with a sore shoulder.
Yeah, I think that was a wise call.
In the words of Bill Schultz, who may be listening at home, sore shoulder. Marty in deep on a single.
Circled that leg, ended up on top with another takedown, adding to his, 76 coming in tonight. So
2 more, he's at 78.
I'm not going to keep track anymore.
He didn't have a match the first one, so he's probably sitting on or about 78. I got Marty in class for the first time in his educational career. Been around Marty for a long time.
There you got Zap Nelson.
Yeah, got some older brothers. Marty, a hyper-focused student. Hyper-focused. When he puts his mind to learning something, that's what he's going to do. And he has really applied that to wrestling. I don't think he wrestled till he was in 6th grade, did he?
That sounds right, yeah.
And then I think he maybe was like NYWA state placer or something on 0 years of experience. There's 3 points in near fall. I would say I don't know what LARP has working at heavyweight, but I would like to see 5 or 6 out of Marty here. It looks like he's got his opponent a little overmatched here talent-wise. I mean, DJ Plank has given him everything he can, but I think he's just, as a 9th grader going up against a junior, I think we just might be a little more than he can handle. Doing a great job right now, though, only down 7. Working that LARP game plan, a good position, and just keeping it tight and close to the vest. Little wise words of wisdom out of Dan Miller over in the parents section, telling Martine that we don't need 5, we need 6 out of this match. So big shout out to Dan Miller over there in the parents section on senior night. Dan in that ever-present Minnesota Twins mask. I don't think I've seen him in the last year without that thing. I wonder, Karen must have bought him about 20 of those things.
Well, he doesn't have to wear it on the farm, I don't think.
I bet he wears it in the house. Oh, there Marty's got the half Nelson. DJ Plank really putting up a really good fight here. He is doing everything his coach has asked him to do at this point for this duel.
Yeah, quite a lot of strength to battle through that. And you can see that having that size advantage and Martine being a little lighter than he is helping that. But boy, it's got to be wearing on him as well.
Yeah. 40 seconds to go. We're in pretty good position here. He's going to Plank with a good bridge. Really fighting hard. 27 seconds left.
That was a heck of a bridge. The power he generated just in his heels on the mat to get his upper body off.
Got his entire body off the mat.
As you can see, the bridges are not coming near as high. He is running out of gas. 10 seconds.
There's the slap.
What a great effort.
3 minutes and 50 seconds. You can't take anything away from DJ Plank in that match. Going up against 27 match winner Martine Prieto, right? So here we have Cody Schneider. Another one of those Bulldog football players off that offensive line. From watching Martine wrestle, I would tell Cody Schneider to just be patient. You got 6 minutes here. I don't know where we're sitting on criteria, so we're going to try and get 4 points if we can. 6 would be nice, but you got plenty of time.
Cody really showing a lot of improvement throughout the course of the season and wrestling with confidence right now.
Yeah, he had 2 good wins the other night. Was it over in Kenyon? He had 2 wins over there, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. 2 quality wins, too. He got 1 win already tonight. I wouldn't call it a quality win because it was a forfeit.
Still counts as a win. But
still counts a win, but I don't know if I put it in a quality win category.
Yes, I agree. Oh.
Try that little knee tap again. I think if I was Cody, I would just... Yep, and wrestling at heavyweight, Cody Schneider, not an overly big heavyweight. I think it probably has wrestled maybe half his matches this year at 220 even. So you got to think his conditioning is above average for a heavyweight wrestler. So you'd like to think that he could just push the pace a little bit, and even if he doesn't score, that he can maybe get some things done here.
Yeah, a little bump to a leg attack there, and Frisch fends him off and tries to get the front head himself.
Frisch on the 2-on-1. Frisch honestly doing a pretty good job here against the older. Brock Frisch is a junior. Brock Frisch has an interesting task on hand here. His coaches, and you don't usually get this in wrestling, but his coaches went out there and told him, do not get pinned. You can lose, but do not get pinned. You can't give up any bonus points. He got a lot of dual meat riding on his broad shoulders right now, and Schneider's got a lot on his too, trying to pull out a win for the Bulldogs here. 1 second.
Yes, Schneider pushing the pace there pretty good, and you see the official again warning the Screaming Eagle for stalling. Frisch wisely chooses up here, going to get his chance on top, and Cody also needs to get out without having to carry that weight too long.
Exactly. Frisch wisely going to put that weight on him and make him carry it.
Cody's going to have to work hard down here. Frisch is getting off out to the side, creating some space.
Frisch honestly looking real good right now. Cody's got his forehead on the mat. There's that tripod stand-up. Frisch staying hip to hip here. Fischbacher taking a look.
Lewison bench looking for a stalling call against
Schneider. Schneider to his feet, nothing yet. Frisch still got that front headlock, still under control. Frisch plenty physical in there. I think Frisch going to go for the headlock here. Schneider wins the headlock battle.
That is a tight headlock. And there it is, Bulldog victory.
Both heavyweights had it locked up. Both heavyweights had the same thought. Schneider ends up coming out on top.
Yeah, maybe just a little quicker with his feet there, or got his hip in and bumped and sealed the deal for his team. That was pretty phenomenal battle actually across the board.
I think Bulldogs are down at one point. I think we were down 23. Weren't we? I think we were down 23. With that fall, end up winning the duel, I believe, by 3.
That is correct, mathematician.
Well, to be fair, Jeff Henry already cleared the scoreboard because he wants to go home. So I was working from memory. It was not.
No, absolutely.
It wasn't so much my gazintas as it was my short-term memory and fire in there.
Jeff Henry maybe wasn't sure he could get to 6 because he's only got 5 fingers on one hand, and so putting that he just couldn't clear the score.
And he's got the 1 on the clock because the clock is the important.
All
right, I think we've dribbled on long enough. We probably put a lot of you into some sort of verbal convulsions out there, and for that we apologize. I do really want to give out another shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. Hopefully we'll able to have our facilities auction this spring. I can't say enough about those people and the thing they do for our kids here at Plainview. Shout out to our clock keepers, our coaches, everybody on a great senior night. What do you got to say for yourself, Coach Lamb?
Yeah, the Bulldog Nation. I was listening to the musical. The students who were in the high school musical practicing outside my room after school today, and the Bulldog Nation has donated lights to the arts program here. So they're just making a huge impact across the board for all of our activities and students here at the school. So if you get a chance, support the Bulldog Nation, and they do a great job of supporting our kids.
All right, I think we'll sign off here from the Bulldog Gymnasium on a Thursday night. Bulldogs prevail 36-33 over the LARP Screaming Eagles on senior night. Closing remarks?
Go forth and prosper.
God bless America and go Bulldogs.